we'll get into some new territory here. It'll be a lot of the same chord shapes, but we'll move down the neck a little bit. So you have to figure out how to get your hand position working in this first fret. All the same rules apply, but know that as your arm gets further down, you'll have to do a little bit of adjustment with probably your elbow, bringing it more into your side. And you can see how if my elbow's out, what it does to the front of the neck. When I bring my elbow in, it kind of aligns my thumb in a good position on the back. So with my elbow at my side, it makes this transition a lot easier. So that chord I was just talking about is the new minor chord shape we'll learn, and the bar chord version is this F minor chord. Again, we're going to chop it down and do this. You'll bar 3 fingers or 3 strings, and then your major chord would look like this. And we've played that before. So now you're barring 3 strings and lifting the second finger. That's your minor third, that's a major third. So this will be in the key of A flat, and our A flat will be right here at the 4th fret. So this is the big bar chord on the 6th string. We'll chop it down. Your A flat is the pinky. That's the root note, okay? Now, to get down to that F minor chord, as you transition, lift that second finger and move, and now you have to bar 3 strings with this first finger. So A flat, F minor. And I'm bringing my elbow in, I'm making sure my palm is low and my thumb is in a good position on the back. So the other, I don't think there are any other new shapes. If you remember E, and then E flat, now we're at D flat. So again, we're in the 1st fret. So here's your, there's your, okay, so here's your D flat with an F in the bass. So if you can see your F minor, there's your D flat with an F, right? And then what else do we have in here? This E flat with the G. Now our B minor with an F in the bass, that is going to take us down to the 1st fret as well. So it's based on this 5th string bar chord. So it's not really we're not barring anything, but we're working on our hand position with our pinky and our 3rd finger. So there's your B flat minor with an F in the bass. Let's see if there's anything else in here that we need to talk about. And then we slide up for the C minor. We're back to that D flat with the F. And as far as I can see, that addresses all the chords. So again, tips of your fingers, thumb, palm in a good place. Well, the first rhythm we'll do will be that half note and rest. Play half note, rest half note, so that you can get comfortable applying that new pressure down here in the 1st fret, because the further away, a little harder it gets. You want to bring your elbow in. So we'll do this at 70, and we'll do the play for 2 beats, mute for 2 beats. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Back to the A flat. Lift that second finger, move to the 1st fret. E flat. Flat minor. Slide that up 2 frets. Back to the 1st fret. Lift the finger and move. Put the finger down. Lift and move. All right, now notice towards the end, in measure 39, we have the C minor with the G in the bass, right? When I moved down to that D flat chord with the F in the bass, look at the front of my hand right here. I move down and I drop the front of my hand and my elbow comes down and in even more. That sets me up to ensure that I get the bar and that my fingers are on their tips. So the reason I repeated that in song, I thought that was an important thing to address. When you're moving down into the 1st fret, you have to commit to getting there and getting on the tips of your fingers. And in order to do that, take the front of your hand, bring it kind of down and forward. So you have to drop your thumb as well. On the back of the neck, it'll look like this. So I really drop that hand and wrist position. That will make sure that you don't get any buzzing in the 1st fret and you get that nice and clean. But notice how the tips of my fingers, I'm not here and then just dragging that down and hoping it all works out. That's going to be really clunky if I do that. If I'm here and I drag down and I drop my wrist, bring my elbow in, get on the tips of my fingers, I'll get that to ring. So this shifting to the 1st fret, it is challenging. So if you don't get it right away, that's normal. Don't worry about it. Just keep doing this and working on the hand position stuff and taking it slowly. And remember, you're building up endurance as well. You're working on a lot of things here. You're trying to see the root notes, trying to make sure your hand is in a good position, and you're listening to the chord progressions. You can hear some of these common harmonic movements. So there's a lot to process. So play through this exercise just like that with the muting a couple times,